Good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome to a PBQ. It will not be a simulation. This is actually a drop-down. It's a bit different. So this is CompTIA Security Plus 701. Compare and contrast security control functions and remediations. In particular, there may be a PBQ like this on the Security Plus that is using a lot of terms and definitions, and it wants you to give examples of how they're used. So a lot of jargon and such, but it's important to know that in the industry. Okay, so here's our learning target. I've got an objective from CompTIA. It's 1.1. Very first one. We're going to take a look at this one today. So compare and contrast various types of security controls. We have categories on the left and we have control types on the right. So on the left we have categories such as technical, managerial, operational, and physical. And on the right we have preventative, deterrent, detective, corrective, compensating, and directive. It's for control types. Okay, so before you start this performance-based question, let's define the terms and think about how to apply them. So this will just help you organize things a bit better. If you are a person who works well with synonyms and just using a more common word, this might be better for you. So managerial, like I don't know, manager at a company, or your boss, supervisor, something like that. Operational, okay. How to work, right? How you operate, same word as operate, how to do something. Physical, so something that you can see or touch, maybe a door, a lock, something like that. That would be a physical control. Okay, technical control, something that can control the technical uses and maybe has different policies and can help configure different things on your network. Could get, say, for example, a router, a switch, a firewall, something like that. Okay, so those are just synonyms to let you know an example of what it's looking for. Okay, here we have functional type needed. So compensating, compensation, good to know language. So compensate is to pay or to pay back money, maybe as a grievance or something that was wrongful. Okay, corrective, correction or correct, to correct a problem, right? So when a functional type that's corrective, we're gonna say like better behavior maybe. Is there a way that we can have someone behave better? Okay, detective, like Detective Peach, finding something. Okay, deterrent, deter is to get someone to go away or prevent them from doing something. Not quite the same as preventative. Disencourage, like you shouldn't really be doing that, something like that, but not too strictly controlling. Okay, directive is like an order, direction, yeah, the way that you should be doing something. And preventative, to totally not allow it or to stop it. Okay, that kind of just helps me organize myself, knowing that it's going to be related to the question. So now that we've gone over the terms and definitions, I also have one more study tip before we start. Bold any keywords and their synonyms. So like I said, this is really about jargon and language, so we have to really pay attention to what they're asking for. Mark any words, underline them, write them down, whatever you need to do. Okay, part 1. Peach breach. Peach has just witnessed a data breach. Hey, that rhymes. I didn't intend that. We need an immediate way to identify threats on our network. Okay, so what was my study tip? Try to find words that were similar to the ones that we were talking about. Well, I've already found a word of what they're looking for. Here, we've got identify. That's going to really help us select the correct answer. Okay, so when data is being stolen, does that have to do with like managerial management operations of a company? Probably not. Hopefully they're not doing that. Okay, so it's probably more of a technical thing. And since it's data, it's not physical, it's digital. So really only the answer here that makes sense would be technical. Although I haven't read all the answers yet, if it's not related to a mistake with an employee, then it's going to be technical. Cool. Next, functional type needed. So above, I bolded identify because that's the word that we're looking for. Which word here means identify? Compensating is about money. Corrective is about changing behavior. Detective could be identify. Deterrent is to stop, turn away. Directive is an order. Preventative. Now here, when I first did this one, I missed this question because I thought it was preventative, but actually it's detective because they want you to identify. Okay, control remediation. So how are we going to stop a data breach from happening again, or rather detect it or identify it when it happens? What would we need? Install alarm, install a barrier, install a key card. Hey, those are all like physical things, right? Perform a security audit, set up a firewall, or updated policy. To really detect a data breach, you're going to need to monitor traffic on a network. So logs in your firewall are going to be pretty important. Okay, part 2. Mario.exe. Maybe some of us know some Yoshis out there. They just end up with all these malware. How does it keep happening? Okay, Yoshi is constantly browsing unsecure websites and downloading stuff, whatever that means. Has the company even defined acceptable use in their contract? Okay. What are they looking for here? A definition? A definition of what? So defines a pretty specific word, right? Acceptable use. There's a couple good words here. I'm not sure which one's the best one, but I'm just going to highlight the ones that I think are important, even though there could be more than one. So we'll pay attention to those words more. Okay, so here, select one answer from each column. What kind of security control do we need here? Is this managerial? Is this operational, physical, or technical? Now, opposite to our last question, this one's more about employees. It's not really about data being lost because of a cyber attack or someone breaking in. So we can just rule those out. I'm kind of in between. Is this more of a management problem or an operation problem? Both of them are pretty good. How will I decide which one's better? For now, I won't waste too much time. I'm going to skip it. Functional type needed. Compensating, corrective, detective, deterrent, directive, or preventive. Well, if it's defined of what he is allowed and not allowed to do, and he knows that it's bad to do, I'm going to say preventative. Deterrent it's not strong enough. I was kind of looking at that, but no, preventative is going to be a better one because you don't want them to do it if you had some definition of it in writing, right? Maybe they don't have that. Okay, install alarm, barrier, keycard, those are physical. Perform a security audit, that may be part of like a pen test or evaluation or something. Okay, set up a firewall. Updated a policy. Okay, here they don't have a definition of an AUP or of acceptable use policy. So if you know AUP, the terminology, then you would probably get this one correct. AUP would be in a contract, and it is a definition. So those work. I'm gonna just guess here and go with management. More of a management people thing, not really how they do business or operate. Okay, Next, part 3. Who has a monkey? Anyway, if you like Luigi Mansion, shout out to you. Luigi noticed that anyone can access the mansion's data center with a copied key. How can we stop access? Okay, so let's think here. Stop access, right? Those are bold words, keywords. Anyone maybe? Yeah, okay. Access twice. Well, let's just see it twice. Must be pretty important then, huh? Okay. Managerial, operational, physical, technical. So is it about people? Is it about how the business works? Is it about a physical door? There's a door in the picture. Or it could be technical, like something to do with managing network or firewall. No, it's going to be physical. People have access to something, like a door, a key. That's going to be physical. Okay, how can we stop access? Corrective, detective, deterrent. Haven't used deterrent yet. It's not directive. Would it prevent? Okay, and then the last one, the alarm will. No, that would be for like an intrusion. Barrier would not be for a specific building, just for like a road. Go with the key card. Okay, so how do you guys feel so far with these answers? We did the study tip to bold the words. That seemed to help me a bit because there's just so much going on here. You have to digest and read a lot. Okay, so you guys feel confident. I do have an answer key down there, and I didn't even look at it. So let's see. Do I want to change any of these? I did do preventative for both of them, huh? Is this operational? Dude, in a contract, is that managerial or operational? And it's just like, man, those are both good. So I'm kind of torn between. I'll have to have a good explanation of why. Okay, so let's just look at my key. Okay, so great. Yeah, technical data breaches are technical. We would have to detect things because we want to identify them, and that could be through a firewall. Okay, that one's pretty straightforward. According to CompTIA, so AUP is about how you operate that as a company as a whole. That makes sense, because if you just manage a person or a department, that's not across the board, right? Okay, I see where they're going with that. That is a directive, and it has to do with their policy or AUP. Okay, cool, we got that. And then, so I might have missed that one. The last one. Yeah, physical, because it's the door, right? A key. Preventative. Okay, so we did preventative, and here we did detective. Okay, so preventative, and then yeah, it would be for an access card, like a key card. Cool. So how do you guys feel? Do you like the Mario theme going on with these? I thought it was pretty fun, and yeah, studying these definitions can be a bit dry, and I don't know, I like these stories. It makes it a lot more fun. So I hope you guys had fun, learned something new, maybe feel a bit more confident. Like, subscribe, and hope you enjoyed the video. Bye bye.